welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something you might just find in your garden. Common garden asparagus. Asparagus officinalis.
Right, but probably not how you're used to thinking about it. We're looking at William Boericke's homeopathic materia medica.
Exactly. So our mission is to see how this, everyday vegetable is described there. Its medicinal actions, the effects it supposedly has.
And they're surprisingly specific.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder how something so familiar gets these, distinct therapeutic properties listed. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, the first thing Boericke really emphasizes is its marked and immediate action on the urinary secretion.
Okay, immediate action. What does that look like?
He describes frequent urine, often with a peculiar odor, very specific sensations too, like fine stitches in the orifice of the urethra, and burning.
Stitches, huh? That's precise.
It is. And he links it to conditions like cystitis, bladder inflammation, basically, sometimes with pus and mucus, and also tenesmus.
Tenesmus. That's the feeling of needing to go, even when you can't.
Exactly, that painful straining, and even lithiasis, which is stone formation.
So a really strong focus on the urinary system then.
Definitely the starting point. But it doesn't stop there.
Right, I saw other things listed. Boericke mentions wider effects too.
Yes, quite significantly. Things like weakness and cardiac depression with dropsy.
Dropsy. That's an older term for swelling, right?
Yeah.
Fluid retention.
That's the one. So we're already seeing a jump from just the urinary tract to, stomach effects, heart involvement, weakness.
And it also mentions rheumatic pains. That seems quite different again.
It does. Boericke notes rheumatic pains, but what's really interesting is the location he specifies.
Where is that?
Especially about left shoulder and heart. Very specific.
Left shoulder and heart. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, connecting that to the heart symptoms. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, what's fascinating here is how Boericke connects these dots. He lists palpitation with oppression of chest and describes the pulse as intermits, weak. But the crucial part is this direct link. Pain about left shoulder and heart associated with bladder disturbances.
Wow, so it's tying the shoulder pain, the heart symptoms, and the bladder issues all together.
Precisely. It's a classic homeopathic approach, seeing a pattern in seemingly unrelated symptoms. He even gives an incredibly precise location for that pain.
What is it?
Pain at acromine process of left scapula under clavicle and down arm with feeble pulse. You can almost picture it.
That level of anatomical detail is quite something. And it doesn't stop there, does it? He even includes head and throat symptoms.
Right. It becomes quite descriptive, like a migrainous morning headache with scotoma, those visual disturbances.
Scotoma, okay. Like flickering lights or blind spots.
Exactly. And for the throat, a feeling that it's rough with hawking copious tenacious mucus. Again, very vivid.
So it really builds a whole symptom picture, as they call it.
It does, affecting multiple systems in a very particular way.
Now, to give this some context, Boericke includes that relationship section. What does that part tell us?
Yes. That's important for understanding how it fits into the bigger homeopathic framework. It lists antidotes like aconite or apis.
Remedies that might counteract its effects.
Correct, or modify them. And then remedies to compare it with, like Althea or Digitalis, which might have similar symptom profiles. It helps practitioners choose the right remedy.
So it's all interconnected.
Very much so. And then you have the dose specified as 6th potency. That points to the highly diluted preparations used in homeopathy. It's a very structured system.
So what does this all mean for you listening to this?
Well, I think what we've seen is just how specific and almost poetic the descriptions can be for something like asparagus in this particular source.
Yeah, it really takes a common plant and reveals this incredibly detailed, unexpected perspective.
Exactly. It shows how deep dives into these, specialized texts can uncover fascinating viewpoints, even on things we think we know well.
It definitely challenges how you see everyday things. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? How many other plants out there have these intricate descriptions hidden away in different knowledge systems, just waiting to be explored?